yeah. We're gonna do a little what's in my bag when I go skiing. So when I'm looking to fill my bag, I'm trying to figure out what is the least amount of stuff that I need to bring, but also what are the different camera variations that I need to have so I can reduce the amount of time that I'm fiddling with things on the mountain. Nobody wants to ski with somebody that's fiddling with stuff, and when it's cold outside and it's blowing, you also don't want to have to deal with stuff. So I like to try to figure out all of my mounts ahead of time, have them in my camera bag, and then just grab and go at the top of the mountain. Just a disclaimer, I'm gonna be walking through the different camera variations that I have, and I bring 3 different Hero 9s in my bag and 1 GoPro Max. But obviously you guys probably don't have 3 Hero 9s. You could do a variation of old cameras and new cameras, or just look at what I'm doing and then be able to switch those mounts up on the mountain. All right, so to start out with, I have the trusty GoPro Max, and I keep this on a 270 Pro pole. This is a pole that extends way out. You can get those selfie shots, the hidden mount shots. And if I needed to, I could take the camera off and use it for POV if you want that immersive 360 POV. But that's the GoPro Max. Number 2 is I have the Hero 9 on the GoPro pole mount plus an ND filter. So that is variation of the Hero 9 number 1 of 3. And the reason why I like to have it on this pole mount is anytime I'm skiing, I can quickly grab it out of my bag and just wiggle it onto the end of this pole. And now I have a follow cam rig. It has this cool little tab so it swivels around. And now I have a selfie rig. If I want to shoot photos, I can turn it vertical. And then as for the ND filter, I use it for photos. So you get that really cool motion blur, you get the elongated shutter. I had ND 16 on here all weekend because it's been sunny and nice. But if it's a little darker, maybe ND 8 or just no ND at all. Along with the ND filter on here, I bring the package of NDs here. This is Polar Pro, so I have an ND 8, 16, and 32, and then you can store the lens that you're not using in here. When you're using video in conjunction with the ND filter, you get really nice motion blur if you're doing follow cam stuff. I like to be careful using ND filters if I'm doing stuff that's low light or too shaky, but if I'm on the follow cam rig, it's pretty smooth already, and the ND filter just helps add that nice motion blur. All right, so that is Hero 9 variation number 1. Hero 9 variation number 2, somewhere in this bag. Hero 9 variation number 2 is a Hero 9 black with Max lens mod attached to it on a GoPro bike mount on a magnetic swivel clip. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. First and foremost, the Max lens mod is wider, so it's great for POV. That's why I have the bike mount on here. I can quickly pull it out, get a nice POV shot either while I'm driving up to the mountain or if I'm skiing down the hill, or even just quick stuff, getting ready, putting boots on, stuff like that. And then the magnetic swivel clip is great if you want to clip it onto things like my skis as I walk, or you can use the magnet onto the chairlift to get quick time lapses. But the Max lens mod helps with horizon leveling with those kinds of shots. So sometimes if I'm clipping it quickly to skis, the camera's moving all around, but the shot stays stable. So that's awesome. The bike mount is great because it's got the normal QR on it, so you can click it into different mounts. So when I'm not using this guy, I just put this in my pocket, and now I have the bike mount. And that is great for POV, easy. So that is Hero 9 variation number 2. Easy to pull out of the bag. It's got the Max lens mod cover on it, so you can throw it in the bag and not worry about it. Lastly, camera number 3 is actually this one that this is recording on, and this is the Hero 9 in the media mod. So I've got the mic. This is what the audio is coming from right now. It's just straight from the media mod mic. And I usually have that either on the GoPro Shorty or the GoPro 3-way. Right now it's on the 3-way. You can't see it because it's recording. That's just nice to be able to have a little tripod if I need it. I can get a little extension. And I have the media mod if I want to pull the camera out and get good audio, interview stuff. In addition to the cameras, I keep a couple extra mounts, really not much. I have one QR base, which is a quick release, one taller quick release. I have a couple extra batteries in here. And typically I like to keep my batteries in my bibs. They have a pouch right on my chest here. And so I keep about 3 or 4 batteries in there at all times just to keep them warm. And so if it is a cold day, like today was very, very cold, if the camera does get cold, you can just pull out the cold battery, swap it with one of the hot batteries, and put the cold battery back in your pocket. So you've always got some batteries that are nice and warm, and you're gonna get some good footage. So with these 3 different Hero 9 variations, I have one camera with a max lens mod, so I get that wide field of view. That's for the POV stuff. I have one camera with the ND filter already on, so that gets me nice motion blur and good cinematic stuff. And then lastly, I have this camera here, which has good audio, but it also has just the normal GoPro lens, so I can get nice static shots, time lapses if I need. Other than that, I usually keep one extra layer in here just to keep myself warm, and a granola bar. And with those things, I can make sure that I'm having a good time on the mountain. I hope you found this helpful. I'm sure not a lot of you have 3 Hero 9s, but if you do, max lens mod, ND filter, and the media mod, I am pretty much set for everything that I need. And that is it. All right, I will see you guys on the mountain. Thanks for tuning in.